Hello.
Hello?
Hi. Okay, we're back in business. Jesus Christ.
Well, at the risk of making you go nuts, I'm not seeing anything on your screen on Discord, but maybe that's intentional.
No, I'm streaming on Discord now.
I just see a blue box.
Uh,
Oh wait, no, never mind. I see it now. We're good. We're fine.
okay.
We're fine.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
closed out of your stream. I don't know
Oh.
why,
Okay. Okay.
but we're fine.
Hi, folks.
Have we been live? This
No.
this is just people are hearing this.
I mean, we've been live for like 3 minutes, but no.
Oh.
No. The start stream for the start screen was on for the majority of that time.
Okay, I'll take majority.
Yeah, nothing could be heard of. Oh man, the scuff.
We're having
The
a time. Sounding like I've actually got a few people who are down to like do the dungeon with us too, which will be pretty cool.
That's cool.
At a minimum, we've got my friend Chris, and I don't know if anybody else is wanting
And
to tag along
Slytherin to
quite
my
yet.
DMs heard it all.
What's that?
Slytherin to my DMs heard it all.
Yes.
But not really. Unfortunately, what happened was because I was like, I can't hear Kite all of a sudden. And it's because I was hearing all my audio through my OBS, and there's no audio output on the start screen, so...
It was pretty bad.
Oh, God. I'm so scuffed. It's like, oh man, my favorite streamer's Amelie. She's called the Scuff Queen, isn't that funny? And then, God. I understand now. It ain't easy. And I'm not an idiot when it comes to tech. I'm a millennial. I'm in that era, that weird age where I remember analog shit like VHSs and cassettes, but young enough to have grown up fully understanding how the internet works. So I know, generally. But
It's all good.
Well, welcome. It's time for baby's first dungeon raid. Yippee.
So let's get started. I'm going to invite you to this party.
Yay.
Alright, you got in there too. Heck yeah.
That was super easy.
So what's going to happen is I'm going to queue us up. We don't have to physically be at the location or anything.
Ooh.
And it'll pop up as a little pop-up, and you're just going to want to say, yeah, man, let's do it. Alrighty, you ready?
I'm ready.
Your first dungeon.
Ready.
So,
Spaghetti.
Chris will also be dealing damage with you. I'll be healing, and then we're going to have some random fourth guy come along.
So I commence is what I click, yes?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Light party.
Yeah, a group of 4 is called a light party in here.
How many people do you have in total?
It's just 4. So we'll have a tank, a healer, and then we'll have 2 damage dealers.
Okay. Well, I meant like, what's a heavy party if that's a light party?
Oh, they don't have... I don't think it means light in terms of, like, light versus dark.
Oh, okay,
but
Kingdom Hearts
a
shit.
full party is 8 people.
8 people, okay. Instant shit. Oh, I'm getting that off my screen.
Yeah, that'll go away on its own. You can ignore the limit break thing. I can explain that to you. You'll just want to tag along with us. What this tank is going to do is he's going to just be grouping up enemies, and we're just going to beat them up as best as we can.
Right, yeah, he draws aggro, and we just get him.
It's a very uninteresting thing when there isn't like a boss on the screen. As a healer or a tank, stuff gets more interesting, but unfortunately in these low levels there's not quite enough to do to make the fights very exciting.
Right.
So it's a lot of pull little groups, kill some stuff. And all you want to make sure that you do right now is just make sure you're attacking something that the other dude is attacking.
Yes.
So you're doing just fine so far. So you got a debuff. So you were getting paralyzed until I get it off of you.
Ah. Okay, yeah. So you get way more to do when you're a healer or tank, at least for the early time. That's fine. I'd rather not be diving right into it myself.
Now, historically, this dungeon is actually a little longer. They kind of recently redid it and made it a little shorter. But even then, it's not really a very long dungeon.
Yeah, like, how long can they take? I think, like, you've said, like, from, I know times you've done it, like, half an hour is, like, what, the minimum, or is that the max?
I mean, unfortunately, it kind of depends on the dungeon, but typically speaking, yeah, I would say anywhere between 20 to 30 minutes. If you're in, like, a really geared, like, competent group, it's less than that, but particularly when we're leveling, I would say probably, like, somewhere a little after 20 minutes is the kind of sweet spot of timing. Now, I realize this is probably just a lot going on, and it's probably pretty overwhelming. But really, you're doing your job if you're just targeting one of these things that's in this cluster and just beating it up.
Gotcha.
Eventually, you'll get abilities that will hit multiple things at once. That's called AoE. That means area of effect.
And when you start getting...
Yes! When you start getting AoE is when you'll actually, like, do stuff that feels a little better. But yeah, I would say, like, for right now, the only thing you really need to worry about is just trying to kill stuff this dude is targeting, and if you see orange circles and stuff on the ground or cones, you just kind of want to try to move out of those if you can.
Right, remember my lessons from last week.
Yes, yeah, from the battle training thing. But particularly when, like, you're playing with a group where you just kind of need to mindlessly grind. Like, let's say it was you, me, Chris, and a fourth person all just trying to level different classes or something, right? We'll all have done these dungeons a lot, and it will be kind of like this, where we're just kind of hanging out and talking, and it's pretty relaxing, just kind of vegging out.
Okay. I can see that, for sure.
Now, there are all these coral formations here, and there's a right way to do it, but nobody picked up the item that says what the right way is. So, and that's because we tend to try to just rush this stuff. So you just try one coral at a time, you just click on it, and then eventually the boss will spawn.
Oh, okay. You find a switch, press it.
And I have now fucked us twice by just getting the wrong thing. But that's fine. It's all fine. So now we'll have a boss spawning, and it's not very exciting. You want to just stay away from it if you see it using an orange attack.
Right.
And outside of that, we're just beating it up just like you beat up anything else. There you go. Perfect.
I'm learning the calories.
One of the kind of neat things of me being a healer is I get the, like, bird's eye view of everything, so I can kind of, like, eyeball what's going on. Whereas you're all up close and stuff, I kind of just pan my camera out.
Right.
Ooh, you might be able to get some gear.
Loot rules.
So, you see that loot thing that popped up in the corner? Oh, there you go.
Yeah, what do I
so the loot system works where if you need something, you roll only against other people that need items. If you greed it, you loot. You're not prioritized over people that need it. So, like, greed is like, I could take the item, but I don't really care about it. Need is like, I want that, and it is specifically something I can benefit from. For you,
neither.
Yes, I was going to say, because you can't select need on any of them, it's not itemized for your class. So you want to just select greed for both of those. And so what'll happen is it rolls a number from 1 to 100, and then you'll just contest against everybody else that has rolled.
Gotcha, and okay. So how hard is it then if you're... I guess, obviously, if you're going for gear specifically, that's why it's better to play with friends, because then you can all
so absolutely. The other thing is, like, kind of thankfully, especially in dungeons, I don't know if this is just a sheer luck thing or what, but it tends to try to split up who gets what. So that would be something that I would be able to use. It's for a magic user, but I don't need it, so I'm just greeting. But generally speaking, it seems like it tries to at least match you up if you're playing with random people with people that are not of the same classes. I mean, don't take that as gospel, but the point is, like, you typically won't have much competition. So, for example, like, a tank will never ever be rolling on the same gear that you would be rolling on as a Dragoon. Like, that just will never happen, and it's the same thing with a healer.
Gotcha.
The only time it will ever happen is if you happen to have a second Dragoon in a dungeon. But in like a, let's say like a more organized setting or whatever, it tends to just be a more of a free-for-all type thing, and there are times where you just don't get what you need and you just run it again until you get it. This tank is not going the correct way right now. So there is that door that we're fighting towards, and we need to open that door, but we need a key first. So we need to go into this other room, which is actually where Chris is right now.
Alright, I'm glad I got 2 people who know what they're doing. Oh yeah.
I know, and Chris is communicating by way of jumping up and down, which is the eternal MMO method of communicating information.
You know what? It's such a... I think the human, just like the universal language in video games is jump up and down.
And I think that's such a sweet thing. Like, I don't know, I don't want to get sentimental or saccharine, I suppose, to use a word somebody used recently, but it's just, it's cute to me. It's such a universal thing, it doesn't matter what language you're speaking. People understand. If I'm hopping, there's a reason for it. Alrighty, and now we got this key, we can get this door open, and we can defeat Den the Orca Tooth.
Ooh. Is he a big whale tooth?
You would hope, but not quite.
I mean, it's a very specific name, so...
I think he is a Sahagin. Like he is one of the beast tribes for the water people.
Gotcha. Thank you, Chris, for casting Peloton.
Okay, I need to talk about how that name always makes me laugh. It's a buff that makes us run faster, but it is also indeed just a bike.
Same brain.
It's very odd. Oh no, he's released some dogs. So this is an example of what a boss fight could have, is having extra monsters show up.
And they call those ads, I think.
They sure are, yeah. We've been using that term for so long that I don't admittedly fully remember what the actual original, like, shorthand it's supposed to be for. My guess has always been it's for, like, additional, as in, like, additional monsters on top of whatever you're primarily fighting.
I've always assumed after, you know, hearing it.
Now, obviously, this dungeon isn't exactly high intensity. There's not even really anything going on. We're just killing a bunch of dudes. But they want an easy win.
I'm also not doing what I'm supposed to and fighting the same guys that the tank is tanking. I just realized.
Okay. I mean, remember though, like, you have that new marker next to your head. People know that you're new. The worst that might happen is someone might give you unsolicited advice because it's the internet. And, you know, sometimes it's useful advice, and sometimes it's a little weird and condescending, and that's a more complicated thing to navigate, but not anything we need to worry about. Why did that guy just try to run like he wouldn't have to attack those monsters? The tank kind of ran to the side like he was going to sneak by him, and it was like, no, they're going to attack us.
Oh. Targeting is a little tricky. If I'm too fast on the uptake, I'm like, why am I not attacking? Oh, because I'm aiming at derriere instead.
That's a great point, and I think, like, I need to do, like, a guest of a guest stream at some point where I get my friend that plays on controller to just, like, sit and explain stuff to you, because I'm sure that there's a lot of little tricks that I just am not familiar with.
That's fine. My ass should have reviewed too before. I was like, wait, what are my moves and what are, like, my buttons, you know, the square X thing we set up.
Yeah, you've got a lot you've got to try to keep track of. I mean, it's really, Like, I don't want to trivialize that. That is a lot. So you're not going to super see it here, but there is a mechanic in this fight. If you saw that text that said the bubbles are on the surface, there are places throughout this arena where there's water ripples bubbling, and me and Chris, because we are ranged, it's our job to run around and interact with them periodically, because otherwise it'll spawn nasty stuff that we don't want to deal with.
Gotcha. It'll spawn ads. Okay, yeah, so like so what I found getting into this area is definitely I'm just a little too quick to be like mashing like, oh, I need to target, and then it makes me target a not enemy. Then I'm like, why am I not attacking the enemy? And it's because I have to hit X off or whatever I'm targeting first. So, okay.
Yeah, woo! But you're doing just fine.
Duty complete.
Ooh, those boots are for you, my man.
Those boots were made for walking.
Those jutes were made for jooting.
Yee! Player recommendation.
Yeah, so that's a thing called player commendation.
Oh, I'm dyslexic.
No, you're not. You just read it fast. The TLDR is at the end of a dungeon, you can give somebody just a marker of like, hey, you did a good job. And I'm not gonna lie, if you're like tanking or something and you get a few of them, it feels pretty good. Like
5-star review.
Yeah, actually. So you want them booties. And then, yeah, you just pass on that. So you got some new boots, dude.
Yeah.
So now you can do that recommended gear thing and get you some drip.
Do you remember that at least? Woohoo! I think it did it.
I don't think so. No, maybe it's better than... It's possible your brand new boots could be better than the other ones, in which case, kind of a dud, but whatever. Yeah, I think yours... Yeah, fuck it.
And it might be because we're in the dungeon or whatever, it was like... I don't know.
No, I'm not sure that's how that works, because it definitely, like, has updated in dungeon for me, but I think... Fuck it, who cares? We ball.
Exactly.
Alright, now... I'm gonna disband the party so that we don't all mess up your experience or anything.
Yay.
But you did it!
Yippee! Thank you, Chris, for the help.
The next dungeon actually has, believe it or not, interesting lore behind it that kind of amuses me that I can explain when we get to it.
Okay.
But that'll be a few quests away, I think.
Okay. So yeah, it's probably pirates. So back to the drowning wench.
Yeah.
All right. He's remembering now how to navigate.
What a king.
Where do I need to go? Oh, yes. If I click the thingy, it takes me to the closest one instead of opening up the map and trying to be like, where do I go? Yay! Okay, cool.
Bro, you're learning.
Yeah, well, it helps when you have a good teacher.
You mean the one that sits there and goes, yeah, I don't know how you do that on a controller. It really is bizarre how big the difference is, it feels like, between the controller and the keyboard.
Well,
for me, I'm just like, yeah, I don't know, man. I just mouse over it.
I mean, to be fair, I'm sure that's easier in a lot of ways. Like, for me, I've always wondered, like, when people are like, yeah, no, I gotta play the shooters on, like, the keyboard.
I know.
Mouse and keyboard, I'm like, my brain can't comprehend how that works. I've done controllers for so many years that I'm just like WASD for movement and then like the clicking. I don't know, like I know it's technically more precise, apparently. But I can't comprehend. Well, you know what? Maybe my ass should actually try that sometime, and maybe it would make more sense.
I mean, you could also always start with an FPS that's not super sweaty. Like, you don't have to be like, yeah, I'm gonna try Apex on a keyboard. It could be like, you could play Brink.
Yeah.
That's a popular game. No, like, I mean, think about it in terms of like you could try something like Mirror's Edge. Like, it could be something that is like ostensibly an FPS, but isn't like
Yeah.
crazy precision required. Because there is a learning curve, a severe one, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, Apex would not be the one to learn for me.
I'm once more using these sessions to also be working on my yokai watch stuff in the game.
We love ourselves a multitasker.
It's great. Because whenever you're ready for something that involves people, I'm like right there.
Yippee! Und yokai cola and
But yeah, what's new in the world of Lupo these days?
Good question. Lupo says is
Gotta gas up your crowd.
Lupo, yeah, well, I gotta, but I'm like struggling mentally with the maps again.
Oh yeah.
What's good in Lupo's world? Lupo may have fumbled and exposed himself during a stream earlier today, is what's up.
Huh.
So, as I mentioned, watching my favorite streamer, Amelie, earlier. Ooh, I tuned into this.
Nice.
She's playing the third of the new Tomb Raiders right now. Gets to a point where there's like, oh, running away from some scary native like ancient peoples in this like Mayan tomb or whatever.
In Amelie's thing?
Yes. And
okay.
It's like, oh, there's a woman one who's just like the camera focuses prominently, and I was not the only one in chat, but I may have typed, is she kind of bad though? And that may have been called out.
Lupo.
And then I may have wrote, "Hear me out," and she may have paused the game and be like, "I'm listing chat."
Oh no.
She wants to date the Bracken. I thought I was in a safe place.
Nah. There's no coming back from that one.
I've had worse takes. You know.
Yeah.
Well, I should say worse. I should say more controversial. That's the better.
Fair enough.
Term, I think. Oh gosh, Vicar Amelia.
So now that you've finished Symphony of the Night, have you had any thoughts for like another game you're trying to use to fill the next slot you want to do?
Honestly, my ass needs to keep catching up on the other stuff. Like, I started Prey.
Fair enough.
And I'm like, I've only played one session of that, and it's been a couple weeks now. I'll forget too quickly if I don't.
I mean, that makes sense, yeah. And I don't think Prey's a terribly long game, so it's not like it would eat up all your streaming time.
Yeah, no, it's like a 27-ish according to how long to beat. Because that's the one I use to help. For someone who loves RPGs, the older I've gotten, the more I'm just like, oh hey Slytherin, to my DMs, thank you for the sub, Gifty.
Yeah.
Just loads of money jump scare.
Oh gosh.
No, for someone who loves RPGs, I'm like, the older I've gone, yeah, I appreciate a good solid 6 to 12 hour-ish range game. Like, Symphony of the Night was pretty perfect in that like area. I think it took me about 12 hours according to the game thing.
It's really, I agree with you. It's really, really nice having something where you can just like veg out, be done with the game, and not feel like you've committed a quarter of your like lifespan to it.
It felt like too much in the more recent years, the post-COVID gaming years, where it was just kind of like, I play like 2 games and that's it. Like, it was like, I'm on my Genshins or my Gachas or my Apex and nothing else. And so far this year already, I've played, thanks to streaming, getting into my backlog, I've finished like 4 different games, started a couple other ones. I'm just like, yeah, gaming fun. I want a variety.
Yes, that is one of those things. Why do I have to share this? What? Hold on. Okay.
Mama went to the bank. Boom.
Sorry, it like put a gun to my head and asked me to share something in your chat.
It was like, you know, we heard him talk about Amelie earlier. Play the sub alert.
Yeah. So one of the things that I kind of am envious of with your streaming pattern is that it is really good for helping you to force through backlogs of things.
Mm-hmm.
And like speaking for myself at least, I know like in one of our groups of friends, like Stardew Valley is really a popular topic right now.
Oh yeah, that's the one. That's the one I'm on the outside looking at.
Right. And I finished Mario RPG. It was a good and short one. I knew it was a good and short one, and then it was just like, yeah, but what if you played Stardew, brother?
Yeah, I mean that's fair. Again, you know, Coral Island I got into, and that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Slytherin to my DMs asked the important question: are you waving through a window?
Am I waving through a window? Jukes, you did miss the dungeon, but depending on timing, we might be able to get into Tamtara as
Yes,
well.
because that was a pretty quick dungeon, and now we gotta talk to Baderon, who he kind of bad.
He is kind of bad.
But yeah, no, I get what you mean. Where everyone's like, yeah, the Stardew, let's do that, which I never got into. But again, Coral Island, farming sim, so I get the patterns. Like, oh, there's a lot. That's one of those long runners.
Right. It's pretty compelling. I'm pretty surprised by how much I actually enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
I had a time when it was like closer to its initial release where everybody was really raving about it, and I really gave it a good shot, but man, I developed such a bad case of analysis paralysis in terms of like, am I doing the most efficient thing on this farm? Like, it was just not very fun.
Yeah, I mean, I can get that. I've never really been a min-maxer, so like, God, actually, I'm sure like the Coral Island, I joke when I do that anyone with OCD must want to die looking at the hodgepodge farm setup I have, because boy is that all over the place.
Boy howdy.
Speaking of all over the place, where the hell is this?
You're going back to your tree place that you came from.
Okay, yeah, I just had to click.
Yeah, not so bad.
It was giving me a big map. Oh, God.
Mm-hmm.
Click correctly.
And yeah, Jukes, I feel you on the bouncing off. But honestly, I picked it back up, and I'm kind of forcing myself not to get super bogged down in it, and it's a lot more fun.
I'm having a hell of a time with it. There.
You're doing just fine. Yeah, there you go.
I kept like hitting like one button, incorrect, and there you go.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I can see the appeal of the mouse and keyboard, because it's like, yeah, I just scroll over it and I click on it.
Yeah, it is really nice.
No, I mean, yeah, but with like it's nice, I think, to have a long runner, and then like other games you're trying to play in between. Like Star Rail is definitely my long runner right now. Genshin I've just kind of fallen off of. Just do not enjoy the core loop as much. Like, that was a case where it's like, oh, I would have liked this more if it ended, I guess, I think, at some point.
You said Genshin you're feeling that way right
Genshin now? I fell off of. Star Rail is my, like, game right now for, I just need something different. Yeah. And that one helps. It's a little easier, more casual to, like, run a daily, and so it doesn't require as much time and effort if you want to not put that in that day.
Right. It's funny, you posted a picture in a Discord of Star Rail stuff today, like of those two characters, and I was like, man, I really should get back on that train, though.
You're fine. one way or another. I'm just like, cool, they're killing me with the character releases, because yeah, Boot Hill and Fushuen, who we talked about being one we'd want back to back. I'm just like, welp. And then Firefly, I think, is next after that. So I'm just like, I'm gonna not have anything saved up as far as the in-game currency goes.
I'm in a weird spot where I think I finally actually have like a build of 2 full teams, so I like actually should be able to do whatever I want as long as I'm investing in them regularly. And it's when I filled out those 2 teams that I just fell off the face of the earth with it.
That's fair.
My point being that like when I come back to it, I'm hoping I won't feel like tremendously behind, because the FOMO is always my major issue with any of these games.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it helps. I'm slow.
Oh, that's funny, Chris. So funny.
For me, it helps. Oh god, yeah, back on that train. For me, it helps that I'm slow as shit when it comes to doing the actual story stuff. So I don't like devour immediately, like, you know, it's the way some people like binge a whole season of a show.
Yeah.
As soon as it comes out, some people with like Star Rail and other story updates just immediately do all those quests, and I've got like 2 patches worth of story to catch up on.
Right. Not to mention, like, Star Rail is kind of just a cozy game to jump on and off of, too. At least it is for me. I thought Penacony was a really cool area.
Yeah, I like Penacony.
Oh, this was not the plan. I should not be wanting to play a gacha again.
Oh, man. Well, please, my Twitter feed, it's like, they're like, we know this nerd plays these because it's been nothing but the Wuthering Waves ads, and then people playing that.
There's a lot of people talking about that right now.
And I was like, you know what? The combat looks more in depth than Genshin. That's cool. Maybe I'll give it a try. Yeah. And then God intervened, because it was like, it is not on PlayStation yet. And it was like, you're a Mac player, you're not fucking touching this yet either. So I was like,
but you know what you are gonna get in a month is Zenless Zone Zero.
I am gonna get that in a month because it looks really good.
And I hate it because it's my aesthetic, but I've heard the gameplay is very shallow, and that concerns me.
So, like, all I know is that one's more of a like roguelike kind of like action thing, which to me is honestly a little more comforting as far as like, oh, that's the next one I'm gonna do, because to me it's like, oh, okay, that one's gonna be less of a investment kind of like story as an RPG, and that I'm just like, okay, I can kind of just like do a run or whatever, and that'll be fine.
Right. Also, you're getting ready to do the next dungeon already, believe it or not.
Okay, so I wait for...
No, you should keep doing your thing. You're not quite there yet.
Oh, okay.
But that is also a heads up to Jukes if you do want to run with us this time.
The Tamtara Deep Croft.
Oh, no, okay. Guess you are right at there.
Okay, well, I guess I'm here.
Alright, well, I shall rally the troops, so to speak, by getting a party together.
Yippee!
So this one is kind of fun. So there's an aside with the thing, and I think they, actually, it probably gets built on after this dungeon. So after we finish it, I'll point it out to you.
Okay.
Foof is on as well. Oh, it looks like Chris is doing a dungeon. That's just fine. We'll just swap in Jukes. We'll just keep rotating our friends around. Did you just say, guess we're swapping?
You know I did.
You didn't have to, though.
I did, unfortunately. I did have to do that weird-ass voiceover from Puyo Puyo Tetris.
Gosh.
No, you're good, Chris. You're good.
Yeah, how terrible of you.
No, bad worm, don't guilt anyone.
Bad worm.
Yeah, me in the morning.
Stop! That's foul!
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like I've said worse.
You have. That doesn't mean that that is also
So
foul,
I get a pass.
or that is not
I get
also.
a pass for anything that's like less than my worst.
Yeah.
That's how that works, right?
Oh my lord. The fucking peanut gallery in the crowd right now.
No, let the people speak. We love a democracy.
Ugh. Also, the what's the new character's name? What's the character's name that they added in Guilty Gear? Its name is it Ada or is it Abba?
ABBA.
Abba. Her song fire. It's fire, dude.
My dumbass.
Also, Chris, that
Oh.
you've got me there, but you don't have to say it like that.
Something something. You moved to a very conservative neighborhood. Something something. Guess it's changed you. That joke will never get
Really
old, will
funny.
it?
No, it definitely wasn't old the first time you said it. Alrighty, are we all ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. Now, Jukes is going to be playing a tank, so you'll have a tank and a healer that
Is
knows
this
you.
NPC's name just Huge Mount? Huge Mont?
It is Hugumon. Hugumon.
Oh, so French big. Hougamont.
Hugumon.
Oui, oui, I am the large.
I am Zelage. Yo, this guy's name is Doritos Senpai.
Oh, that's a good name. Ooh, the Black Shroud.
So this is kind of a spookier dungeon than we did the last time. I must be honest, I don't remember what the setup for doing this is. Like, I don't remember why we're in here at all.
Gotcha. 3 cat boys and a bunny dude.
Yup. I think I've seen a video about that before.
It's just like Zootopia.
Just like Zootopia. So, I get a heal called Regen. It's kind of like a fire and forget thing that I can put on somebody where I throw it on them and they just heal over time. And it's really nice, because depending on how people are doing dungeons, you can just kind of throw that on somebody and not have to do anything else.
Okay.
But I don't get it for like 20 levels, and it makes me very sad.
Okay, yes, because you have not really done your mage stuff, or healer stuff, I guess, rather, not mage.
Yeah, so my white mage is like mid-50s maybe? I have another healer named Sage that I have at like level 82, 81. But yeah, no, I don't tend to play healing much. But the way the game works is, so, you know, we're doing like a level 19 dungeon or whatever this is. But we're all, like, Jared is on a level 90 class. Like,
right.
he mains that
the level
class.
sync thing, right, that makes you...
Yeah, it scales you down. Exactly. So it makes it so you don't have access to any of your, like, later stuff.
Okay,
so, like,
yeah.
most of my buttons are just, like, grayed out and unavailable right now.
Oh, so, like, those 3 bars I always see or whatever when...
Yes, exactly. Because, I mean, as you're seeing, they kind of ease you into adding
Yeah.
them. It's not like you just wake up and you're just got 3 bars of buttons.
This is one of those days you wake up with 3 bars.
Oh my lord. Do you think Fred Durst plays Final Fantasy 14?
If he's cool.
That's a good answer. Now, here's my second question. Assuming he does play, what race is he?
What's a... I could see him playing one of those, like, the big, like, lion people.
You think he play a Hrothgar? Yes, I
like
can
that.
see that as
I
well.
feel like that or the dragon people or whatever, or the Audrog or...
Oh, the Aura. That is
Aura,
true.
yeah.
He could be a sex pest. Although I do like Chris's suggestion of a bard cat boy.
Yeah.
okay, I'm very close to buying that red hat that I sent you that you can get in here and making like a Fred Durst glamour. I think it would be very fun. Oh yeah, there's more loot. I forgot, I'm sorry. Hey, that also is gloves for you, but I don't know if it'll be better than what you've got on. But you should roll on it anyways.
Okay.
This one you might have to roll against the monk on it. I'm not sure. And it'll be just the best man wins. Jared, I have to say it is very insulting that I don't get any AoE DPS until level 45.
You'll
So one of the...
whatever you
What's
get
up?
and like it.
I know. I will attack my single target beetles. That's quite mean of Jared to say it's a skill issue. That's just fine.
This is one of those days.
Everybody sucks!
But you ain't virgin, little man.
Meanwhile, this poor Doritos person is like, what are they talking about? Because we're just typing in the chat.
I'll just pass on both of these because I don't need them. I'll agree to the one thing, I guess. Woo.
I will definitely say if you think something is an upgrade, you should go ahead and need on it.
Gotcha.
Particularly if it's something you can need on. Because the dungeons are where you're going to get a fair amount of upgrades kind of naturally as you go along. I'm not quite sure how they do it, but I definitely think that like when you're going through the main story, they are assuming you're getting like a piece of gear at some point from a dungeon. Now with that said, it's not like you're going to fall behind if you're not getting stuff either. It's just... My point being, it is okay to be aggressive. Like, those goggles, you should roll on them, because you might be able to
I'll just
wear them and have them be... Yep, there you go. And honestly, the goggles are pretty drippy. They look kind of cool. If they're an upgrade for you, then you're cooking.
Damn, these enemies keep just running away.
Oh, that's Jared is pulling bigger and bigger groups of them at a time.
Ah.
One of the trade-offs of playing with people that you know is that you could do stuff you wouldn't necessarily do with random people.
I see.
Now the problem is nobody but him has any AoE right now, so it's just kind of gonna be a very slow death of these enemies. That is a hot bar I will have to change at some point. Or a hotkey. So I have a resource called, unsurprisingly, MP, which is like what lets me use my spells, right? And it's typically, particularly in a dungeon, very hard to ever run out of it because it just naturally recovers at a rate that's faster than you're using. If you're doing a long raid fight, will need to have ways to recover it, but I have a button that lets me heal that MP really fast on a short cooldown, and I was mashing it and was like, why isn't my MP coming back? And then I looked and I had it on a different button than I thought I did. So I have now changed what those keys are.
Plundered staff. Greet it. I'll need the other thing. Ooh, people running.
That chest you can wear. You can wear that chest.
Nice. Amazing chest ahead.
Oh, I see you played a Souls game before.
Yeah, I may be a gamer.
There was I hate to say this because it's cursed phrasing, but there was My Brother and Me episode I was listening to today where Justin was talking about he actually ran into a bear like in real life. And he was like, Now, I am many things. You know, I'm a podcaster, I'm a writer, I'm a gamer, if you will, but I was not prepared in that moment. That phrasing just killed me.
Are you really allowed to call yourself a gamer when you get stuck on the beach in Nier trying to
Dude.
fish?
The whiplash of finding out that was him was really weird. Because you and I dunked on that for ages.
Well, that white boy should have been better at video games.
That's true. Do you want to explain to the audience what we're referring to?
Yeah, in the very first Nier, the old PS3, Xbox 360 release, there's a portion where you got to fish for learn the fishing minigame, and it's not terribly difficult. There's a spot where it tells you to go, but Justin McElroy, who was a reviewer for, was it GameSpot at the time? I don't remember.
Yeah? They started on joystick, and then I forget. Polygon is eventually where they ended up.
Well, point being, whatever the hell site he was working for in 2010, he did the review, and he could not finish the game and gave it a poor review because he couldn't find where to properly fish. And for reference, in what is like, you do all 4 rounds of that game, I'd guess, 20-ish hours minimum, probably. Fair estimate, you think, for Nier?
Yeah.
That fishing minigame is within, I think, the first hour.
It's
if not
really
hour
early.
It's early. It's the first time you go to the port town, so it's it's totally like doable within the first hour.
It's pretty egregious.
Anyways,
like it's bad.
Enough of those, my brothers.
I know.
Griffin is the only one who gets any kind of a pass, and that's just because he vaguely resembles you.
Also, I thought this boss looks cool.
Ooh, Squid Game!
So this one's gonna actually have mechanics we have to pay attention to, but I'll explain them.
You seem surprised, Bubba. Oh, he's yapping. Okay, so there's specific mechanics, I guess, besides just don't be in his AoE attack?
Sort of, yeah. So he's gonna, as we're fighting him, he's gonna spawn ads, like the term you've been using. He's gonna spawn ads that have a purple line to him. You see that?
Yes.
We need to attack those ads because they make him invulnerable. And then once they die, you just go back to beat them up.
Okay, that's easy.
It's not too bad.
Is that a usual dungeon thing where...
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, they start weaving in, I would say, some, like, pretty interesting mechanics later on. It's just... They do it, like, in baby steps. So this is like, yeah, you had a dungeon where you ran with a bunch of people, but you didn't do anything specific. Now this one, you gotta do specific stuff. Also, good job moving out of that circle. I saw you.
Yay.
You and Doritos Senpai. I think he's also, like, new.
Oh yeah, because I just saw Jukes' tag has a... whatchamacallit.
Yeah, so he has a flower. That one actually means that you're returning to the game after being away.
Oh,
I don't quite know why they even mark it for you.
They're like, welcome back, cheater.
I know!
They're like, so you thought you could run away and play some gotchas or some other stuff in the meantime.
There's no escape.
Yoshi P say FF14 Eternal. Man, early game really of this definitely feels very D&D inspired too.
It's yes, because they haven't found their way into like where they wanted the story to go. What's up?
As we just beat up a mind flayer.
Yes.
Yippee!
Yippee! You did another dungeon. Good job.
Yeah, these are, for these early ones, those are definitely not bad.
No. I don't know why I gassed it up like a dungeon was gonna be some crazy thing. It's just like another form of content.
Oh, I already have a unique thing, so I cannot take any of these.
Oh yeah. So you just have to pass if it's.
Okay.
But you might actually have a few gear upgrades when you step out of this dungeon. Which is pretty exciting.
Dungeon updates have actually helped the bosses actually do things. Oh, so it's a little more intuitive, I guess, instead of just... Well,
Yes.
intuitive is not the word, but not boring. It's like the bosses are not just kind of damage sponges, I guess. Is what Trujux is saying.
Yes.
Okay.
You should see if any of those items you got are an upgrade.
Okie dokie. Character. Recommended gear. The goggles.
Dude, you look kind of cool though. I am a sucker for goggles. I don't quite know why.
It varies. You know, it's one of those things where I feel like they look cooler
It's
where
one of those
characters got them
things.
on their head instead of...
I think that also does exist if that helps you feel any better.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I agree.
It's like when people draw Ramona Flowers from Scott Pilgrim in her first outfit when she's doing the delivery stuff. Is it with the goggles up or down? And 95% of the time, it's the up. It's just science.
It's just science. Goggles on head equals cool. There's a
That's
character later on named Monago who's like a pretty minor character, but I'm pretty sure she has goggles on her head. And that definitely kind of adds to the cool factor.
It also does not help that my dumb media rot brain is just, as I've said twice now, I think the goggles, they do nothing. It's what I think
Also,
of now.
do you know where you're going, by the way, on the map?
Back to New Britannia.
Good man. So, allow me to provide you with some backstory for something that we're probably not going to do. I mean, we can't do it for a long time, and you'll probably just be doing the story.
Okay.
So, I don't think they showed here. If they do, that's funny. But there is a story that is sort of getting told on the side with the Tamtara Deepcroft, with the dungeon we just did.
Oh, okay.
Where there are NPCs that are another group of adventurers, and one of them is a healer who's like super nervous, like in the story. And when you finish the dungeon, that group has also finished, and they're all mad at her because the like tank like died forever because of her. And it's like,
Whoops.
in the context of the game, it's just like, oh, that's silly. That's like, oh, they're like being mean to the healer. But then they go in a really weird direction because you can go back to that dungeon later because you get an invite to that girl's wedding where she has kept onto the dead dude's head and is trying to revive him to marry him.
Hey, listen.
It's like the most Resident Evil shit.
Oh, that's fine. It just goes from whoopsie teehee, I accidentally killed the tank, blah, and oh, I'm just Salome from the Bible with John the Baptist's head, I guess. Oh, speaking of.
Oh, here it is!
Yeah, here it is.
It's my girl Etta! She's a freak!
Hey, listen. She is allowed, Your Honor, she can make a little mistake. We support women's wrongs in this house.
I don't know, this is pretty women's wrongs. Like, this is very much women's wrongs. I forgot how harsh this dialogue.
I never liked you. I only suffered you for your healing, but you couldn't even do that one thing right. Cruel though this may sound, you brought this upon yourself. Jeez, was she partying with low tier god? Like,
you should self-destruct yourself now. Speak of the head.
Get rid of
okay, I forgot they touch on this now.
Bury it, cremate it, do whatever the hell you like with it. But for God's sake, stop carrying it around. It's just get rid of it, all right? Yeah, you know what? To be fair, if she's that makes it sound like she's been carrying it, but again, listen.
I mean, for context, this story does not get touched upon for another 30 levels. Like, It's a long time.
Scenes like this have become all too common. Have they, Mother Mion? Do you have random adventure parties arguing over about someone curing a dead head?
Bro, she's the mommy MILF. We stand Mother Mion in this house.
What that neck do? It stretch, I guess.
Shut up.
Oh god.
Don't bully.
Oh gosh, yeah, no, don't bully, like this girl, she's just like Laios Dungeon Meshi. She's just poor and misunderstood.
Also, I don't hate to say it, I'm glad I'm getting to play with you, but you probably have another dungeon coming up pretty soon. I'm looking at the levels, because the first one was at level 15, the next one is 16, and then the next one is 17, and then there's a break for a few levels.
Okay, so yeah, once they start giving you them, they're like level.
You will do them, yeah.
Dungeon. Alright, and slither into my DMs, ready for the next one.
Yay.
Yippee! Okay, where to now? Call of the Desert. Back to Strong Guy's house.
I actually don't think I made that connection. It looks like they're having you do a dungeon in each of the 3 primary, like,
that
starting
makes sense.
zones.
Uh-oh, I did not attune the Ulda one.
Oh no! That's okay. You know what you can do? You take an airship.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to me remembering airships exist.
Yay, yippee.
Also, I'm about to say something kind of heretical since I've been very blasé about the whole thing. But I've been listening to the soundtrack from Rebirth and Remake, and it is really good. Like, I kind of think I need to play those games at some point.
I mean, I plan to at some point. Just no rush. Again, as we were talking, I've only just been really starting to make good progress in the backlog thanks to streaming and being like, I should play a variety of things. So, and those are long ass games. Like they're chopping up what was already a whole ass RPG in the 90s.
I know, it's ridiculous.
Making 3 whole ass modern day RPGs out of it. So yeah.
I also just like, I still have cold feet about the whole thing just because I don't like, I really should play the original before I play the remake. I know you don't have to in air quotes, but like I also might as well.
Okay, that's what I've like actually,
because I know some of the twists.
I know like the thing of why it's even a question, you know, of like, do I wait? Do I play the original and go? I think I don't have that dog in me to play the original.
Well, you beat most of it, didn't you?
No.
You got pretty far, I think.
I got through Midgard. Also, shout out to you, Ilya Einsburn, for that nice Fate reference.
Oh, true?
Yippee! Und Fate fan spotted. Und Coca-Cola. No,
I don't want to brag, but I get to beat up rats for this Fate.
Yeah, no. For original FF7, I was playing on the Switch. I got through all of Midgard. And then I couldn't tell you where I stopped. I think I maybe got to, like, the Golden Saucer.
Okay.
So, like, not terribly far. I'm like, it's a lot. I know. Yeah, that game has, whatchamacallit. It has, in that version, the, like, super speed up and the super cheat mode, where it's just, the battles are going super fast, and you can charge your
that does help a lot.
Instantly, and that helps. I'm just like, I don't want to, like, play it, though, just kind of, like, you know, for the sake of, like, well, I'm playing it. Like,
I know.
I'd like to enjoy it.
You should be, like, actually having motivation.
Yeah, I think the boat has sailed by just a little too much for me with the original 7.
I do think you owe it to yourself to play 10. I will die on that hill.
Listen, I will get back to 10 someday. I was enjoying 10. The problem is Elden Ring came out.
That is a pretty big problem, in fairness to
That's the one that interrupted that. That's what combo broke me out of 10.
God, did you say combo broke?
Yeah. So, like, to be fair, I think
let me be fair.
one to have gun interrupted my my progress. Because I was going to Macarena Temple last, I believe. Like the last thing I remember.
Oh, brother, Macarena Temple. God. I appreciate your commitment.
This little dude looks so goofy.
I'm telling you, Lalafels either look like serial killers in the story or they just look funny.
Well, I mean, it's like you can't put facial hair on like what is a munchkin from The Wizard of Oz, pretty much.
Dude, there is a like prominent one towards the end of the actual like end like level 90 story that has like a straight up like he looks like a miniature biker because he has like a mullet and like a big beard.
This make me think of like a Hulk Hogan, like a Lalafell.
Yes, you're not wrong,
brother. We gotta do these duties, brother.
His name is Papa Sean, this guy. And he's like, hey, we have mining activities going on in these mines. Can you go to these mines? This is a very thinly veiled reason to get you to go to a dungeon.
Yeah, sure, I'll go, sir. So it was the Great Giant Revolt that was ended. That sounds cool.
Yeah, we actually do get to fight some giants. It's pretty sick.
Nice.
It's unfortunately not for a little while, but there is actually an early dungeon that I really like. I think the vibe in it is very cool. It's very, like you were saying, it's a very D&D thing. It's kind of like a spooky haunted mansion.
I mean, like, to be fair, most JRPGs just kind of, and, you know, like stuff like D&D in general, just a lot of, like, borrowing from folklore mythology in general. So you get a lot of crossover of similar concepts and ideas.
Yes.
It's like there's no original ideas anymore. It's just who can make a nice twist on things generally. It's hard to find something super original in this day and age.
I would say even Heavensward's story can be seen as a little bit like D&D like, but it really does kind of come, even in that lens, I think it kind of comes into its own. It's fun to see.
I am still unattuned to that one, but it looks like...
You should attune to the main old dot one. You should 1000%.
Okay,
you are. You have
I did that one before I came in here.
Okay, excellent. Good, man.
Well, this I guess I just go to that middle one, right?
Sorry?
So, okay, look at my map.
You need to go to the west. You need to take that line that leads into that area you haven't been to yet.
Right. So, but I mean, like the short middle one is what I should aim for.
Oh yes, the middle path. For some reason I thought you were talking about the Aetheryte. I was like,
no,
you don't need to
fair enough. Yeah,
the Aetheryte.
Fair enough that I can see where that would be confusing. No, yeah, the middle.
Yes.
Path. Okay.
Yes.
Okie dokie. Oh yeah, speaking of RPGs and games, Thousand Year Door. You like that one, right?
So I do.
Is that
I'm a
favorite?
I'm a fake Paper Mario fan. I like the original more, and that's like a kind of not a majorly held opinion.
Yeah, I generally do hear Thousand Year Door is the one everyone loves.
Yeah, and I've always wondered if it's just like kind of something wrong with me because I should like it more. But also, it's got the foot fetish stuff going on in it, so everybody else take that L.
Is that not an instant sell?
You're a foul man.
Oh, okay.
Now, with that said, I am probably going to get the remake eventually.
Who in this... Let he who is without a wiki feet account in this day and age cast the first stone.
You clown. No, actually, to be honest, so obviously Dawn Trail is my big thing this year. The Elden Ring DLC, I've been preparing a new character for that as well. But I mean, that's not gonna be like.
I keep fucking forget about that. That's yeah, big year.
But
for games.
Well, I was actually gonna say honestly, this is a pretty chill year because outside of Yakuza and Dawn Trail and Elden Ring DLC, there hasn't been a ton on the horizon for me, which is nice because I wanted to dig back. I don't own it yet, but I've been wanting to play Cyberpunk now that it's like
Oh,
supposed to be good.
same.
That's
Yeah,
my big thing this year.
I've gone that in the backlog at some point. I need to get the DLC at some point. Yeah, because did you
Yeah.
ever watch Edge Runners?
I did not.
Okay.
No.
Ooh, and you don't have Netflix anymore, so
No, I
we
did
will
not.
get together and watch that sometime. But the point being, Edge Runners.
It's
First off,
good.
Edge Runners is probably one of Trigger's best anime that they've ever made. I feel like.
Hell yeah.
It's so good. I mean, it's what made me. I know a lot
You're
of other.
making Jukes Pog.
It's what made me and a lot of other people, I think, be like, "Oh, Cyberpunk, okay." Fucking Giancarlo Esposito's in it.
Really?
Yeah, really. He's in the dub.
Is he Rebecca?
I wish.
Gosh. Did you meet him at that convention you went to?
I did not. He, believe it or
What's
not,
even the point?
he was one of the most popular people.
I'm not that surprised. I've always seen that he seems like very cool with fans, even if they're really
Yes,
goofy.
and also, what was I supposed to do? You know, my experience with Breaking Bad
I know.
is meme only. I haven't watched it yet. I need to. Believe me.
I mean, surely you like him from other stuff. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I guess Edge Runners, which I forgot until just the yapping just now that he's in, but but yeah, be like, yo, I love you in the Breaking Bad music video part. Where you go, ah!
The part where you go, me.
A very warped sense of view of that show thanks to the Tumblr memes.
Is you've been saying that for like 10 years. At any point in that span, you could have been like, you know what? I will watch Breaking Bad.
But I don't want to ruin the mystique.
Oh, that's the problem with it. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. You understand.
I guess I do.
Alright, so unlocked another. I assume this Copper Bell mine is the next dungeon.
Alright, if you give me about a minute, I'll be able to get us all queued up for that.
Okie dokie. Guess
I'm working on a fate.
Okay.
And it's not a stay night.
Oh.
Actually, I can invite people while I'm doing this, now that I think about it.
Yes.
Assuming all of you guys are trying to. I realize I'm being presumptuous.
Presuming?
Dude, I actually watched that video the other day for no specific reason. I was just thinking about it. It was like, man, I miss it. What was that?
No, that was a big gulp of water. Sorry.
Alrighty. Is everybody ready?
Call me SpongeBob the way I be ready.
Oh, shit. I'm a phony. Jukes needed a second.
Dun, dun, dun. But yes, Cyberpunk, also one I'd like to get to at some point this year. Finally. And I heard the DLC is really good, so I'm like, I might as well.
I was gonna say, Phantom Liberty is supposed to be like incredible.
It's like I already got the base game in a sale in some point in time.
Yep.
I'm like, I might as well get the DLC when that's slightly on sale before I actually dive in.
Right. I'm gonna be honest, I lost my train of thought. Just outside of Cyberpunk, the only thing I'd like to do is I kind of want to try another Baldur's Gate playthrough. Because in my head, I'm just like, yeah, these are just all big games, and I can just squeeze little games in around it.
Yeah. Oh, God, I need to actually play Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, you do. You could even stream it, and it would be incredible, and then get banned off of Twitch.
Hey, Baldur's Gate's playable on Twitch. You want to know what isn't, though? Because I've looked. Because they have a list of bannable games where it's like, you can't play these, and I was curious.
Meat and Fuck Kingdom? Can you stream that?
Yeah, me famous player of Eroges and Meat and Fuck Kingdom was like, uh-oh, I hope nothing I plays on here and nothing I plays on there, but for you, Unipop is not allowed on Twitch.
I am shocked.
Talk about how good the puzzles are, Kite.
They're good! Unipop is a good game! I was talking to another friend who they were told to play it. They were like at somebody's house and they're like, hey, you should play this, and didn't talk about how it's like, you know, like very lewd. And she was just like, I mean, it's a fun puzzle game. Like, just, it's a good game. Fuck you guys.
So is Tetris, and that lets begin to heaven still.
I will die on this hill.
It kills me every time you're like, the puzzles are good, because it sounds like the old, like, joke in sitcoms where it's like, I read Playboy for the articles.
Yes! I play Unipop for the puzzles, and I'm not lying. I'm getting bullied.
I think because again I can't remember math, but I remember my greatest Discord hits. One of my best digs at you was when me and two other friends were like, Kite, you gotta watch my Dress Up Darling, it's really good. And you were like, what is this? This is all lewd. And I was like, okay, Unipop player.
Yeah, man, you really got me with that.
I did get you.
Whatever. I'm gonna just nod.
Read it for the articles.
I do. The thing is, I'm not proud to admit I've never beaten Unipop 2 because I can't actually beat the last boss.
I mean,
I'm too stupid.
It's hard to play one-handed, I guess, isn't it?
Looks
Dots,
like
the
yes, it is. Fuck you. Looks like Derry got disconnected for some reason, but they're working on coming back. So we'll just keep going with just the three of us for right now. It's just fine. Also, you should take a moment and admire the model for these stupid crab things because it looks really goofy. It has like a dumb little face.
Oh, yes, that is a dumb little face.
I'm super happy we've gotten to do some dungeons because I was afraid. I was like, the story's great, but it is also nice to be like doing stuff in a group setting.
Yeah, because I mean, this is like the main gameplay loop, really, right? For general, at least.
Pretty much, yeah. It's kind of like it's what you make of it. I mean, there are people who devote their entire time to just working on making their house look really cool, for example. Like, but yes, this is a core component of the game. And I think you're actually coming up on your first trial soon. So, honestly, for all intents and purposes, a trial is just a dungeon, but it just has one boss in it.
Gotcha.
But it's typically very story heavy instead of sometimes it's like this dungeon is just a mine.
Right.
But like the trials are where you fight like the primals, for example.
Gotcha. Yeah,
and they typically are like just like mechanics focused.
Ooh.
And the first trial is pretty cool. It's pretty fire. I also gotta say, not related to this, but I've been listening to that recording of the orchestra I was in, and it is so much better than I expected it to be.
Good. I'm glad. I need to listen still.
Yeah, you do.
Well, I was busy.
That was weird. So what you missed in the moment is that there were a bunch of little items we had to pick up to detonate that wall.
Yeah, I did see because I went to like blast. Yeah. Like, you need the thing.
So you see that big red marker that was popping up for a second?
Yes.
So that... Uh-oh, this is going to get complicated. Or not. I thought he covered the whole screen. I guess he doesn't. Nice. That red marker is what we in the biz call a tank buster. It's an ability that is designed to do a tremendous amount of damage to the person that's tanking the boss.
Ooh, okay.
And it's your marker to be like, wake the fuck up, something is about to happen.
Woohoo! Got him.
We did it. I can't. Those earrings might be better than what you've got. I don't know. I mean, honestly, I would say you should just need on everything, especially if it's 4 of us, because none of us need any of these things.
Okay.
We're here for you.
Treasure.
And yeah, Jukes has the right of it. You can just need stuff if it's not something you have, and just sell it if it's not better than what you've got.
Okay, yeah, that's easy peasy. Makes sense. Just do all that.
I gotta see if I can shit post while you guys are doing stuff without dying.
I don't know, I need fire sand.
Also, maybe gotta give Final Fantasy 16 a look, just because the music in it is kind of fire.
Oh, well, guess who just bought that the other weekend when we were hanging out?
Oh, heck yeah.
So, yeah, that's, like I was saying, you know, praise a little longer, and I'm not that far into it, and,
yeah.
3 houses, even though I know what I'm doing, I know it'll, like, take a little bit, so I'm holding off slightly, I think.
Sounds.
But I'll do that, I think, next. But yeah, it's like, oh, it's on. I was like, this is cheaper right here in person in front of me than if I ordered it. So
right.
Into my cart it goes.
There's a song from 16 called Find the Flame that's playing for me right now, and it's just really cool. I'll have to send it to you after this if you haven't listened to it.
Okay.
I'm a sucker for big low brass features, and it has one that's really cool.
Nice. Yeah, so it's not Yoko Shimomura did not do the.
It is not. No. It's somebody. Is it Soken that did it?
I was gonna say, is it someone who does 14 stuff?
Let's see. It is Soken. That explains why. Yeah, it's the guy who does the 14 music. That explains why it's.
I mean, it makes sense because I know Yoshi P is like executive producer on 16.
Hey, look at you dodging shit, dude. Like, and I didn't mean that sarcastically. I meant that genuinely because I didn't say anything about it.
Like, you don't even need to be like Lupo to orange.
I know. Yeah, so this whole gimmick with this fight is it's shooting out orbs that detonate, so the trick is we just want to not be near them when they, like, jump off and land. I think he'll die before the next set goes off. Yeah, we're fine. We did it!
Woo.
Look at us go.
Took care of the flubber.
It was just a flubber. That robe looks cool, but is not good. Oh, Jukes is going big. Interesting.
gonna do my stabs.
Yeah, you're doing just fine. Genuinely.
And it helps again that it's definitely very easy to just be like, what do I do? I hit things.
But at the same time, it's very valid. Like, being a good damage dealer is a very important thing in this game, and I think it's hard because it's not always as visible as like a tank or a healer, right? Like if your tank dies, you know something went wrong. But if you're doing bad damage, it's not necessarily something super visual, but it makes a big difference.
Right. So like, what's generally like? I'm gonna guess if you're doing like running solo dungeons by yourself, or in queue without friends, that there's people who are like, don't come in here if you're not a mage or some shit.
Nobody gives a shit about what you're playing as.
Oh, really?
Where people care is when you're doing high-end raiding. They don't want you doing the same role as somebody, or the same like job as somebody else. Because like, and yeah, Jared raises a good point. That thing he did with all those enemies, if that damage was bad, we wouldn't be able to do that because he'd end up getting overwhelmed by everything.
Gotcha.
But no, people mostly care about like, if you're doing high-end content with like 8 people, like the Savage rating that I do, for example, or I should say that we do, since Chris and Jared play with me too. You don't want to have like 2 people on a Dragoon for damage dealing because you want to have different people that bring like different buffs to a group.
Okay, yeah, variety's the spice of life and all that.
Exactly.
Oh. You got
that scared me.
Lots of AoE.
He sure does. But honestly, you've never played an MMO, and I'm surprised how quickly you've taken to actually like moving out of stuff early. You're doing the right things.
I think it helps that the other big game I've been playing lately too, where I was just like, oh, why can't I add something new to the rotation? Oh yeah, Hades 2. That's the other one I'm playing.
Oh yeah.
I say as I had just played it last night. But because, you know, the gameplay of that with the action is a lot of, like, dodging big AoE shit for certain bosses and stuff, I'm at least primed in that kind of mindset right now. His little ears!
They're the best.
You can now accept the next class/job quest.
You also got a new ability.
Ooh, yippee! Yeah, they just once you unlock those dungeons, they're really like, here you go.
Yeah, I know. You will get a break for a little bit though.
I mean, it's fine. It's just like, I mean, the dungeons are better than run to this end of the map and give this letter to someone. Quest complete.
That's kind of why I'm like, the dungeons at least give you a reason to be doing something.
Their gameplay.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you for turning into like my evil chancellor for
anytime. So now I think you do have your actual end of your main combo with True Thrust. You should look at your abilities real fast and see. Ooh, you had a few new items.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, yeah, cool. Now my clothes actually kind of match up in general. It looks.
You look like Nightwing.
A little bit. Okay. Where's my actions and traits?
Actions. Yeah, look at Full Thrust. What's the story on Full Thrust?
Full Thrust. Deliver an attack with a potency of 100.
So that one is a combo off of
Vorpal.
Vorpal, yeah. It put it on a weird button. I don't know if you would want to put that on something else.
I couldn't even tell what it was on. Oh yeah, what the hell is that? Oh, L2 and D-pad. That's weird.
That's janky.
Yeah, what would you think would be better? Like my R2 up D-pad? Or disembowel should I keep?
So, personally, I would put Life Surge on something else and put Full Thrust where Life Surge is. Okay. So, Put full thrust where you have circle right now.
Right, okay. There we go. And hey, I remembered the lesson from last time of...
Because now what you can do is you can do X square circle, and that'll be a full combo that does lots of damage.
Okay, X square circle. Ooh, Trujuke says leg sweep is useless.
Don't listen to him. Leg sweep is useful.
Again, conflicted information, mom and dad.
Leg sweep
don't
is the
fight.
shit. Leg sweep stun stuff. Leg sweep is not useful when you're doing raiding. Leg sweep is good when you're doing not raiding.
Gotcha. You're like, I'm the one with the mic.
Yes. Leg sweep is the stun. He doesn't get an interrupt. Or, sorry, he does get an interrupt, but it's not leg sweep.
I don't get to be Cobra Kai and sweep the leg. Karate Kid.
Yes, I do. Sorry, Jukes and I are arguing back and forth. I agree, it should be somewhere else, but
Laugh at me jokes,
whatever.
boy.
So yes, if I was doing stuff on a controller, I would probably move leg sweep somewhere else and put life surge where it is, but like, whatever. You should do what feels good to you.
Right, and then roll is leg sweep. There we go.
Yeah. I think that's good, because what it means is that you can hold down just R2 and it's all of your direct, like, ability stuff.
And all the utility stuff for L2. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's smart. Duty calls commence battle for Into a Copper Hell.
Ooh, so that looks like a solo duty thing.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, and I'm level... I wasn't even paying attention to my level, but I am 26.
Yeah, you're cooking.
It's crazy, because, yeah, it's like, you said you unlock the dungeons at, what, level 15, I think, and then all of a sudden I'm like, I've done 3, and I'm level 26.
Yeah, you start leveling. So you're experiencing kind of what ends up happening, which is that you end up out leveling the main story, which is kind of weird. Like, it's a non-issue. It just feels kind of weird.
Yeah. As for you, you'll want to report to Momody. It'll do the woman well to see you alive in one piece. Yeah, that's my favorite anime too, man.
Bro.
Yo ho ho, he took a bite of cum.
Dude, we're on a stream. You
Yeah,
can't just say that.
My stream.
Oh no, what's happening? Oh no, look at that guy's hair! What the
no, this guy who looks like he'd be in a Yakuza sub-story.
I was gonna say he looks like a Yakuza jobber.
He does. Just like I'm expecting
nothing.
expecting like Kiryu to step into frame now and then be like, hey, what are you doing?
It does the little sub-story riff, the little
Couldn't afford maggoty mole, mate.
So they really don't like the refugees hanging out in old,
just oof.
And then this dickhead that runs up with goggles shows up.
Oh gosh.
This picture is literally the, like, when you're the main character in an anime.
Yeah. The Brass Blades. That's a much cooler name than the fucking Wood Whalers.
Yeah. But you would have had to start as either a baby person or as a Rogadin, which are those big guys.
You want to be a cool cat man, you gotta pay the price.
We all pay our own way. I ain't done nothing wrong.
12 me witness.
One of those days. Please. I like how she knew you're an adventurer because you dress like a jackass.
Yeah, everyone else
compared to the rest of
normal.
These people look like they're in Dune, and you're just dressed like a Batman villain.
This really is this is a fucking Yakuza sub story.
It is. It's also very D&D.
True. That is, I could see you being like, you find a woman who's calling out to you all, please, sir, help me.
Help me.
Yeah. Mummers.
This Mummer's farce.
You all teach him a lesson, eh?
Gosh, this game is very aggressively British at first. It's so funny to me that they swap out the voice actors and just don't ever address it.
Well, I think it's gone more British because I looked and it's like, okay, there's an LA cast for like when it was first starting as A Realm Reborn, and then it's like all British actors for like later on for the current voices for the characters.
It's just goofy.
Alright, X square circle.
So I think it actually had to scale you down because you're such a high level that you don't have this control ability.
Right,
but you do have your triangle one. So if you do X and triangle, it like puts a bleed on the dude.
Yeah, it's like, what happened? And then it was like, yeah, I got that.
Alright.
That recent one at level 26, and yeah, you're right, it scaled me down to level.
They were like, you've got that dog in you, and I need you to not have it.
They're like, put a leash.
Yes. Kinky.
And speaking of kinky, for Zenless Zone Zero, did you see the Wolf Guys trailer they released recently?
No, I actually haven't watched much about Zenless Zone Zero.
It does look really cool. They're starting to amp up now, like character trailers, since it's
I'm sure
a month out, and yeah, the Wolf Guy looks so good. It looks so fucking fluid. And of course, got everyone horny on my timeline for him.
Not shocked.
Thank you, thrice over. Love just the zoom-ins on my Zemnis cat, man. Made the right choice in this character design.
I think you did too. Especially later on, as like we'll start to naturally get invested in like the cast. Just like this boomer ass cat guy is such a contrast to them.
I accidentally kind of made Papa Nier. Like that was not my intention.
You did actually. That's a great comparison.
I fucking love Papa Nier. You and I are friends.
Yoda.
You and I had to do it to him.
Such a specific joke.
Oh man, fucking Nier's the best.
Pip pip. Cheerio.
So these two were talking about the calamity again.
Yeah, these benches ain't shut up about it. And yes, that is indeed Pompadour Man Kiwi.
Riff Raff.
He's my favorite rapper.
Yeah, I mean that's my goal as a streamer is to blow up and act like I don't know nobody. That video scares me kind of. His teeth are scary in that.
My man, I mean, that's how they look in real life.
I
that
know,
man's
but
just scary.
It's like my one frame of reference for Riff Raff.
To be fair, that's a pretty strong frame of reference. Dodo tenderloins.
Thank you for your custom, madam. Please come again. Damn, these guys be like, we're in a recession, we is.
Right. Take one look at me, you see I ain't got a dime.
I ain't been able to afford the pub in an age.
Gosh, why does your dude have like white lips? What was that?
He ate too many powdered donuts.
Bro, them shits were like crack when I was a little kid.
They were pretty good, but I've always been a chocolate guy.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Clown.
What the hell does that mean?
I don't know.
Yeah, I love the one, like, 3 people fist pumping now. Woo! Yeah, get out of here. This
Let's
cat
see.
man's got too much riz.
Bro, you be getting all the desperate damsels.
I wish. When will they be desperate enough for Lupo?
Gosh. When won't they?
Okay, cool. So you guys have been watching me, but you didn't help me do the dungeons. Alright, there's the matter of your gift. Oh, so you knew I was having a vision and not just zoning out.
Oh.
And we'd love for you to meet her. Ooh, wait. Do I get to meet the cat mommy? Is that who they're talking about?
Oh, Y'shtola? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Pog.
My tan princess.
Jeez.
Also, the next time we stream, you should try casting not OBS, but casting the game itself to me. Because the other thing I have to contend with is if I want to listen to you, I have to listen to myself because of OBS.
Welcome to my world.
You have to hear yourself when you talk?
I mean, when I talk out loud. Yes, but no, I know what you mean with the, no one likes hearing their own voice.
Well, that, but it's confusing because it's, like, echoing immediately.
Okay,
for me.
okay, fair enough. We'll figure it out.
But I think this is the way to go, is to just Discord stream.
Yes. Well, I don't know. Who knows what the fuck it was the last time when I first tried that and it was like,
right.
no. We're
You were
gone.
figuring out the tech in general, I think, still at that point, right? Like, that was still kind of a new thing.
We're definitely still in an early time. Again, I mean, it. On the one hand, it feels like it's been a long time because I've been streaming since start of February pretty consistently, and it's about to be June. So on the one hand, yeah, a lot of time. On the other hand, we are learning.
Yeah.
Like learning.
I mean, no way quite like diving into the deep end.
Yeah, no, I definitely need to get set up with a second monitor. Is the just will be the ease of use next thing. It's all been, you know, holding the stream together with paper clips and tape. And we've made it so far, but I'm like, oh god. It's a rickety cart. Lass here wants a word with you.
I like her hair. I think her hair is cute.
Yeah. Oh, hella.
Oh no, it's her! It's the freak!
I got freaks 9 days out of the week.
I hate that I was thinking that.
Well, yeah, Scott Steiner's who you should always be thinking about. I can't believe he was at that convention I was at in March.
I can't believe you didn't meet him.
I don't know what I would have done. Like, I feel like it's funny to laugh at Mr. Chainmail Head from a safe distance of him not knowing I exist. I feel like I'd be scared to actually meet him in person.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't seem like a very balanced individual.
No, I think, wrestlers or actors in a majority of their work. I don't think Steiner's does that much acting as far as the
I don't
persona.
think so either. I feel like I was reading somewhere when that was like a thing we were quoting. I feel like I looked him up and was reading like, no, he's like kind of just nuts.
Oh,
but it makes for funny content.
It does. The math promo is the best still. Oh,
All
okay.
you're missing with this dialogue is she's talking about how her and the tank were supposed to get married.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently he knew of you and would talk about you like every day.
Damn, he was like my Oshi Lupo.
Shut up. You're not wrong, but like you don't have to say it. And now she's like, you inspire me to be a freak.
Yeah. True. That's fair. Yo, I loved hearing you talk about cum at some point, so now
Yeah,
I'm too.
Nothing quite makes me feel strong like a good old jizz joke. Oh, that was a good one.
He
was
wanted
good,
to get
Chris.
ahead. That is very true. And yet, he's like, I want
Don't-
a collab.
Oh, she wanted to know your name. Why did your character tell her?
Because
She shan't forget.
he does not know.
He
to
doesn't
keep that
know.
information
He
to
did
himself.
not respect her game. Or what is the quote? Like, I was not aware of your game.
Yeah, he could not see that red flag that she was waving.
And it was a strong wave.
And
My
to be
girl's in
fair,
the damn
she didn't
color
really
guard.
say anything out of the place there if you hadn't been telling me about her, but also it's one of those things, I guess, pay attention because they did tell you in the first conversation you overhear, and please stop carrying around his head.
So here's the thing, though, is like I certainly don't remember this. It was only through experiencing it through other people, because I didn't remember this part until I was doing that dungeon, and it was like, wait, this is fucked up.
What if there were two adventurers in a dungeon and one of them was carrying the head of her deceased lover? Wouldn't that be fucked up?
I quote that quite a lot.
So good. So dumb. Well, if there were two
Oh.
astronauts on the moon and one killed the other with a rock, wouldn't that be fun? I don't even know the origin of that.
Talking about dumb, you want to hear something really fucked up?
Yeah.
So, my wife and I, when we were watching that concert that we performed in last night,
Yes.
no, the head doesn't get to roll on loot. Anyways,
Boo.
So when we were listening to the concert, there was some random rhythm playing in the melody, and I just what like matching the rhythm. I just went skibbity toilet for no reason. I had not talked about it ever, and my wife looks at me and just goes, "Shut up." And I'm like, "Why?" And she goes, "Because I thought the exact same thing but didn't say it," which led me to just wondering, like, why the fuck were you thinking about skibbity toilet?
It's a
What
match
were you
made in
doing at the
heaven.
Black Sacrament?
Exactly. Oh, you and your wife are perfect for each other, as I said in that
In the good and bad way.
best man speech. Hey, you know it's perfect. I thought it was gonna be she was telling me to shut the fuck up because she teaches a bunch of middle schoolers and she probably has to hear that shit. Like, who knows what?
So that is where she got it from.
I was gonna say, who knows what inane, stupid shit she has to hear? Because I know I was dumb
pretty
as a middle
bad.
schooler. I can't imagine it's gone much better.
It's not only not gotten better, but the kids are more open about weeb shit now.
That it's so crazy to me. Like, yeah, seeing that. Like when I went to the one big mall with the Pyramid movie theater recently.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Not to dox us.
Not to dox us, yeah.
But yeah, because that mall's huge. It's probably the biggest I can think of, like in our general area. Huge area, lots of stuff. And you walk through it, and like the hallway type stuff where they used to sell, you know, like, oh, here's the cell phone stand and stuff like that. There was one where I'm like, oh, they're just selling anime figures at this one, and it's crazy.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Because I feel like, at least at our local mall, I still only ever see the stuff that you're describing, like cell phones, like massages, but then also the like t-shirt stores where it's like Goku with Spanish, and then the t-shirt next to it is like a picture of Trump.
Well, to be fair, again, remember, think about it. The mall I'm talking about is, can you think of a bigger one in our general area?
That's...
Like,
Yeah, okay, that's a good point.
So consider that.
It's a very large one.
But even aside from that, yeah, you go into the Books a Million, and it's like, here's the whole ass manga section. You go into a GameStop, and they're just like, here's your Jujutsu Kaisen figures. And yeah, like there's a store now. I went to it because I looked on the directory at this mall, and it's just called Anime World.
Hell yeah!
Like, that was made for me. And they sell like bootleg figures and like those spray painted T-shirts like you'd see at the beach. So it's not actually for me, but
I have such a awful desire to get a copy of the I Heart Hot Moms shirt just for the Todd and Aaron factor.
It'd be really good. That'd be really
like,
good.
Going to the beach, just like, damn.
I do be loving Hot Moms.
I mean, it's accurate to me.
Oh gosh.
I knew Sea Dog was a real one, but he wouldn't shut the fuck up about MILFs.
It's crazy though, like you say that. Like, yeah, the kids are so open about being weebs.
The kids are alright.
Yeah, we're not that old. We're 30.
But that's multiple generations basically in front of us.
It does not, like, high school was a while ago, but not that long ago. Like,
right.
In the relative amount of time. So just that kind of change is crazy. Now the kids are just like, yeah, we watch My Hero and Jujutsu Kaisen. And I'm like, back in my day, I watched my episodes of Bleach in 3-episode increments on YouTube.
Yes. And also, brother, you gotta keep this story going.
Yeah, the yapping. Well, since this seems to be story, I didn't want to.
Yeah, okay, that's a fair point.
Too much. But then I just went through all that text really quickly, so whatever. Fuck me.
They're just saying, hey, you gotta go meet with the Scions. They're cool people. They're definitely gonna be the main cast of this game.
Yeah, okie dokie.
Which means you do get to meet your cat mommy.
Hell yeah.
So did you attune to that etherite that was in that other area, or no?
I forgot.
That's okay.
Yeah, we
gotta hoof it.
Yeah, but again, not as much because I'm here. So I just gotta go to that
you're close.
Middle lane. That is a dead end. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's crazy to me just how available anime and manga is to today's youth. And for us, it was like, if I wanted to own a DVD box set that was overpriced, I had to hope the Suncoast had it in the very last shelf.
I remember buying 3 episodes of Rurouni Kenshin on DVD and being excited. The kids have it so good.
Oh gosh.
Animatake. We'll never forget a friend of ours in real life talking about a streaming service called Anime Take. And he just goes, yeah, do you guys use Animatake? To which we all were like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, good times.
And yes, I fucking loved Suncoast.
Suncoast
was a formative memory for us.
Suncoast was great. I'm so sad now, like, that Best Buys don't fucking sell DVDs anymore.
Yup. Like, when we were at the mall this past weekend, it just felt weird. I was like, I don't know what to do at a mall anymore.
And yet you found a way, because you just went into the Lego store.
Yeah, but that was because I was like, I'll buy stuff for my wife.
Simp.
Hell yeah, brother. I feel like her and I have actually gotten a lot closer lately, and I don't really know why. It's just like, with our other friends getting married, it's just been very good for us to be on the same page about things.
Well, good for you.
Thank you. I'm not a shrimp, I'm a worm.
Yeah, and I'm an incel praying for your downfall, so...
Preach. Oh, this character looks cool.
said, this is not a terrible amount of running, though I can definitely see why the mounts are helpful.
And this area you're heading to is going to be like a major... Like, you're going to return here a lot.
I kind of figure if it's like meet the main characters,
Yeah,
then that means guess what your central area is.
You get to finally meet Chad Thancred.
Ooh, yeah, I get to meet Thancred. I get to meet,
Y'shtola. Y'shtola and Thancred are definitely the most interesting of the cast in this first one. Like in The Realm Reborn.
His actor is going to be at the convention we go to every summer.
Wait.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Did you do stuff other than Final Fantasy?
I do not know offhand, but that's the one that caught my eye. I was like looking. It is humongous FF year at that con. They've got half...
Like the one we're going to.
Yes, the one we're going to this year. They've announced half the cast of the FF7 remakes. A couple of 14 people, I think. He's the one I remember. A couple of FF16 people.
Clive. Yeah, they got Clive. Oh my gosh, you're getting Alizé! Hold up. Bro. This is for the people, my FF crew listening right now. Thancred's gonna be at this convention. Alizé. Alphino. They got everybody, bro. What the hell?
Call it Smash Bros. Ultimate, the way everyone's here.
You're not wrong.
But yeah, you look at the guest list of what they've
That's
announced
a great
so far.
question.
It's crazy FF like rep.
I can see if, bro. I'm pretty sure if Graha's voice actor was there, our friend Saren would just bust. I'm gonna look up who it's. Jonathan Bailey. I don't see him, but it's not too late. It's early.
Yeah, it's gonna say they've surprisingly not announced too many, but I think it seems now with that one they kind of announce more closer to the actual convention than the later out. I know it depends for certain cons. Some are much earlier in announcing guests than others. Catlin. Here I am.
I forgot Graha's voice actor does like actual shit. I'm also listening to the 13th Struggle, and bro, Kingdom Hearts music cooks as hard as it ever has.
You say talking about one from the game released in 2005. No, I guess you're saying it holds up, is rather.
That is, yes.
Yeah, true. Yeah, 13th Struggle is my favorite of those Organization 13 battle themes. 13th Dilemma is also good, but 13th Struggle is better, I think. Also, Tataru, she had like normal proportions, kind of, or at least I feel like she was well designed for her Lalafell like proportions.
I think Tataru is awesome.
She did not look like a freak, kind of like the one who sent me to the mine.
She gets a couple of outfits throughout the expansions, and they're all pretty cute, I think.
Okay.
She's really funny to me because she ends up like, because she's like the kind of everyman for the Scions. Without being like a formal like combatant scion, but one of these like character traits that kind of comes out is she is insane and scrupulous with money.
Oh.
And like it's really funny though when it comes out.
Okay, I do like a character like that. None of these are good, so I should take the piece.
They're not better than what you got.
Yeah, nothing was better than what I have, so.
Yeah.
Woohoo, here's the main characters.
So you are the adventurer of whom I've heard so much.
Yay.
Yay.
Well met, friend. My name is Minthelia, and I lead the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Did
My
not
friend
expect...
calls her a fashion disaster.
I was about to say, I didn't think
I have
the leader was going to be someone in a hot pink bikini that does not match any of the rest of her clothes.
Yeah.
I like the color pink. I like hot pink in general, actually, as far as the shades go. It doesn't match.
You are among friends
Girl,
here.
you thought you ate, but you didn't.
Everybody's outfits in Realm Reborn is tragic.
It's like, it doesn't matter if
No
you're a
doubt
player
you are right
character
to
or
burst
a
with
main
questions.
NPC, you're gonna look
But have
trash.
patience. But first,
You're not wrong.
let me begin by telling you who
Quality.
we are and what we do. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, an order that transcends political boundaries. Our single objective is the preservation of the future of Eorzea.
Okay.
Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Their existence is a bane upon Eorzea, nay, the world at large, and we have striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose.
Oh, so I just walked into the atheists club, huh?
Our order is
Shut
home
up.
to a number of individuals who
You're not wrong,
possess a rare and special
but you don't
talent.
have to say it.
This talent takes various forms, but one holds particular interest for
What
us.
are the Scions if not just
Tell me,
aggressive
Have you
atheists?
ever experienced a sudden, inexplicable loss of consciousness?
You ever
They're
just
just
on
the down with
Have you
Cis
ever had the
bus.
sensation of being pulled away from reality?
down with Primal's
Felt
bus
as though
rolled
you
up?
were hovering in
Beat
space,
up my friend
a
Ifrit.
mind without a body? All these things are the manifestations of your talent. Yours is the power to transcend the boundaries of the soul. A power known
Boundaries of the
as
soul.
the Echo. The Echo allows you to pass through the walls of a man's soul and hear the resonations of his past.
Okay.
You will be there in his memories and see things as he saw them. You may even interact with that which you see, though you cannot change the outcome of events. For another blessing, the Echo will enable you to know a man's mind even if you cannot comprehend his
Oh, I got
words.
that Duolingo power.
In
Okay.
short, the Echo is a truly extraordinary power, and it is only a shame that we cannot use it whensoever we choose.
Oh, that's kind of useless then, isn't it?
That's right.
Nah,
I
Echo is
too
important.
possess the Echo.
Me when I'm in a cave.
With that
Shut
established,
the
let us
fuck
return
up.
to the subject of the primals. So long as they exist, the realm cannot take so much as a single step towards true peace.
I feel like the Iron Mouse to your Sea
Measures
Dog.
which transcend boundaries, be they of faction, race,
You're the Sea
language,
Dog,
or
my
creed.
Iron Mouse. Let's be
And
real.
to do so,
Cut!
Scions require the aid of those with our talent.
Lupo!
Oi.
Make no mistake, the Echo will be instrumental.
You
in
didn't even
healing
try
the
with that one,
planet.
did you?
No.
Without it, we cannot hope to save the realm.
I'm gonna go play me a crane game.
God.
I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to
I
a
love how even she's just like, I don't know why the fuck you're here.
But I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose.
And obviously, since these are like the main characters, and it depends on who
Why
you
else
first
would the
meet
gods
when you
entrust
get to
man
a
with
city.
gift
That's why I
so
got Ida
extraordinary,
and
if not to have
Yep.
him use it.
Papalmo.
And so I
Go old
implore you,
Papalibo.
lend
Papalimo,
us
thank
your-
you. Yeah, so
You're
I assume,
fine. His
assume-
name is very strange.
I assume since she's the leader, she's never gonna be the one who like helps you depending on what city.
No, I mean,
Oh.
she's just useless
Well,
in
you know
general.
what? I just realized 7 scions or scions?
Scions.
Scions. It's always tricky with C's and S's.
Hmm.
I thought that. But yeah, I'm like, oh, they can divide that 2-2-2 between the 3 cities.
Exactly.
So yeah.
It's a good thought. We missed out. We didn't have his shoulder. Hi, Tataru.
And
She's adorable.
yeah, why did they not make the bra part just like the same purple as
Dude.
her arms? That would have.
I don't know.
It would look dumb still, but not nearly as much.
There's no happy answer I can give you.
Ooh.
I also feel it's important to note that the Fall Guys crossover event's going on right now in Final Fantasy.
There's a Fall Guys crossover too, so you've got right now.
I've got 2 crossovers right now.
I was gonna say it's the Yokai Watch,
mm-hmm.
and also Fall Guys.
The Fall Guys one's actually pretty fun though. Our raiding group before raid nights, we would do a couple of rounds of it to kind of help us relax.
Mm. Wild Rose. I think that's a Final Fantasy II reference.
Might be right.
Oh yeah, because I'm like, I haven't played that many FFs in the grand scheme of things, considering, there's 16. But
yep.
I did play the first Dissidia, so I think I have a general idea of...
That'll give you a lot of content.
Yeah. Retainers are helpful NPCs who can be hired by players to carry out tasks as storing excess skill and gear.
I can give you the English translation if you would like.
Okay, yeah. What do the retainers do?
Retainers are an NPC you can make for yourself. They're permanent. The way that they work is that they serve as your bank, and you can use them to sell items to other players.
Okay.
That is it. For right now, you don't have to do much of them.
Gotcha. Okay, so... Yeah, so looking, it's like, here's the people I met. Ida and Papalamo. And then Sholta and Thancred. The Cool Kids Club.
Urianger. Urianger is the one that talks in Old English and sounds like an asshole. He also has a scene in Endwalker that makes me cry.
Oh.
And I'm not joking.
I mean, I believe you. You're very open about being good at emotions with media.
He just has such an interesting story. He goes from being by far my least favorite of the characters, period, to being a very cool character, while still being a freak.
I'm gonna guess it doesn't matter what I say here.
Maybe it does.
Well, I paid attention to your catchphrase, lady.
The catchphrase verse.
I'll join your little club.
I take it you will help us. Wonderful. I knew you wouldn't let us down. But come, I would introduce you
the
to
night's
your
still
friends of
early,
the
ma'am.
Order.
There's plenty of time for me to let you down.
Tell me, does the name Sharlayan ring any bells? It used to be one of Eorzea's 6 city-states.
Aldenard.
Situated in the northwest of Aldenard, the Sharlayans were the keepers of wisdom both old and new. Their mastery over magic and ether was unsurpassed, and even the...
I'm guessing this is more that
number,
backstory
there were a noble
pre
few who
Realm
devoted their
Reborn.
lives to safeguarding the future of Eorzea.
Yeah.
When the realm
So
began to descend
Sharlayan,
into
the place you're
chaos,
talking
the
about, you'd
countrymen
actually
fled for the
go to
motherland.
eventually, but
They
it's not
alone
anything that's
chose to
relevant for a
remain
long,
here.
long time.
Gotcha.
Those same brave souls stand before you now. The masked woman is Ida, and beside her is Papalimo. The two are
Papalimo.
charged with
Okay,
surveying
good.
the 12
Now I will remember it forever.
Hello there. Welcome.
Well,
My intrusive thoughts late at night.
stop it.
Oh, I just need to do a version of the Keanu Reeves cyberpunk thing with the welcome.
I know.
Welcome. Welcome.
I had
Oh,
every
no.
confidence that you would agree to
I
help
had
us.
every confidence.
That you would bust.
Dude.
But dude, the shorties that came to this show.
Dude, the shorties that
My turn to
busted.
introduce someone. That there is Thancred.
Yeah,
That's a
let me
good line, though. My turn to introduce someone.
let me
He
meet
is
the
our
man.
here in Ulda, jewel of the desert.
Welcome to the team.
Welcome.
If I may, the lovely maiden beside me is named Yashtola. Limsa Lominsa has the pleasure of being under her care.
Yashtola. Okay, I see. My brain kept like, I think because of the way General English works, like was
It's a weird name.
automatically putting like the O before the T. Because I've always
So,
like misread her name. I think it's Yasholta,
right.
and it's Yashtola. Yoshtola. Okay.
There is a
Greetings.
patterning they use for the cat people's names, where the
Yes, 'cause
first
I
letter
started-
is the family name, and then there's an apostrophe, so you can just also call her Stola as well.
Yes, because I had
Last
started to
but
look
not
that up, and I was like,
least
I'm not
is
naming my
Orianger,
character
who presides over
by
all
the
affairs within these
standards of the
halls.
cat.
Pray seek him out whenever you have questions.
I was like, nah, Q Catlin.
Dawn may
I mean, I
bring
liked yours
shame
better.
in the darkest night. The words of a dear friend. I'm glad of our meeting.
No, he got that
At the Battle of Carteneau,
he got a
our
very
leader
goofy
was taken from
sideburn
us,
type thing going on.
but we did not stray from our purpose.
Who,
Schindler.
Thancred?
No, Uringer.
Oh, yeah. I hate... His drip is the worst in the beginning.
It's like he's going for a bad version of the Luxord from Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh my
We
gosh.
sought out Minfrey
The Luxord
and
is the
others of
bad
her
version.
talent, and together
No, I always thought he was
reached the
cool as a kid. I'm
scions
like,
of
I
the
don't know.
He
what-
looked like an NSYNC reject.
I was like, I don't know what gambling is, but this card man's cool the way he's like.
I suddenly want to go to a child casino.
Yeah, it's called Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, I should also introduce you to Tataru, our clerk. She ensures that everything runs smoothly.
Actually, you pronounce it as Tataru?
Tataru.
I
Tataru.
thought it was Tataru.
I mean, those are so close. Tataru,
No, I'm a phony.
Tataru. I know. I feel like Tataru is like the goofiest British kind of.
your acquaintance.
In time,
Oh, I love her.
hope you will come to think of us as family. But without further ado, I
Most
would assign
D&D
you your
ass
first
line.
task. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my
No.
lady. They arrived but recently.
He's got that jackass like
We
French
have
name
received
where
a
it's
request for
Later,
aid
IER.
for flames.
Rangier.
Yeah, it's
Thancred, would you do
Urianger.
the honors?
Have a good one, Juice.
Yeah, see you,
It would
Jukes.
be
Thanks
my
for the
pleasure.
dungeon help. Appreciate it.
Some days ago, a crystal caravan registered to Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern
Oh, hell
was
yes.
waylaid and divested of
The
its
story is
cargo.
leading to the first primal.
But
Nice.
there is more. Within a bell of the robbery, several people were reported missing from the shantytown outside the...
At a glance, one would assume the involvement of bandits, kidnappers, and coincidence.
Yes, I would assume some D&D shit like that.
Such crimes are hardly uncommon, and the immortal flames deal with their like almost every day. However, this time we have reason to believe that a primal is involved.
Le gasp.
And why is that?
The evidence left behind implicates the Emulja, who are known worshippers of Ifrit.
Yep, it would be fucking Ifrit as the first one.
If we then consider the
Mhm,
objects that were taken, there is no room left for doubt.
Remember how cool the
Crimes were
fight is
committed
against him
in
in
the name of a
FF15
primal.
though?
Yeah.
Let
This
you
was the
may
one,
better
and this is pretty
understand
cool,
the nature of the
too.
struggle with the primal.
I think it
I
helps
would
that
have you play the leading
15
role
Yoko
in this
Shimomura is the
investigation.
composer, so
Oh,
as
yeah.
usual, she cooked with that with
You
that
have my thanks.
soundtrack.
I realize I basically say this to anybody who will listen, but I still think she's the best composer of all time for game music.
I think that is a very reasonable argument to be
Ever at
made.
your service.
When you think of the diversity and breadth of her work, it's hard to argue against it.
I think she's definitely a contender for that. I mean, my personal favorite, like, I think. Of the people, you know, who you really look at, who've been doing it the longest and have the most work, I'd say she's my favorite of them, so. But yeah, no, I don't think that's a crazy thing to say. I think
Wait, you're
that's-
saying Shimamura is?
Yeah, Shimamura.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, I mean, off the top of my head, Nomura Ubetsu, the old
Yeah.
FF guy, I'm sure he would be one, and I can't.
He's
think
certainly
of,
up there.
Yeah, I can't think offhand who, like, you know, another one would be, but yeah, no, she's
So,
she's
in the more contemporary space, there are a few people that are also very good.
Mm-hmm.
David Wintery is the guy who did Journey. That's also a very good soundtrack. But, like, Shimamura's been... I mean, she did Street Fighter, dog.
No, she's been doing this shit since the late 80s, early 90s. She's...
Mm-hmm. In a very male-dominated profession. I'm a feminist.
Kingdom
Alrighty, we
Hearts.
gotta get you to dry bone.
Kingdom Hearts music made me feminist.
It just hit me. Do you want me to fly you to where you need to go?
Sure. If that's possible.
Sure is. We gotta figure out where you gotta go.
Okay,
So let me...
Alright. Woo, it's kind of maze-ish like in here, I say. As if
You
it's
just
not
gotta... Yeah, there
one-
you go. You
one
say it's
exit.
maze-like, but I will say it is just a big plus sign.
Me going down a straight hall. Wow, it's amazing here.
You're okay.
Okay.
You are in...
I gotta go to
You're in
Camp
Western.
Tribune.
You're in Western Thanaland. Give me a moment and I'm coming.
Okie dokie.
I'm gonna help you fly in style.
Yeah. Going to the prom in the nice limo.
But actually...
Oh,
So we can get a redo on our own prom.
yeah. Man, this is so dumb, that prom. I turned 18 and I was just like, I'd rather be at home playing Mass Effect 2 that I just got.
I was about to ask if anybody in the chat has like a fun prom story, because ours is just kind of
I
pathetic.
don't.
Oh shit, you're on Siren.
Yeah.
I did a oops.
You went to the other one that you were like, is popular, but too popular for me.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm just on Fairy.
Mm.
Oh no, not Sargatanis.
Gazoon type.
Right? Western Thanaland. Let's try this again. I will say, assuming that the Efreet quest is coming up, I'm probably gonna have to clock out after,
Fair enough.
like, when
It
we
is-
reach it.
It is 11.
Yeah. But I figured since we had stuff.
Yeah. No, I mean, we are at 2 hours 15 minutes so far, so that's good.
Slytherin, your powers of deception are strong.
Slytherin is I'm going to take it not on the cis bus.
Well,
Not
on the
out
cis
anyway.
bus, but not the het bus.
Ha ha. Gotcha. Oh, yeah, duh. Okay.
I'm
Gotcha.
trying to see. I might just have one mount that flies too, which is unfortunate. But that's fine.
Cis bus, yes, down with het bus. Gotcha.
Alright, hop in, loser.
Okay.
I think you have to. We figured this out last time.
We did.
No.
That was the armor target, man. Not the map.
Don't you just hit square on there? Hit circle and now try.
Square. Just...
Don't press a trigger.
Okay.
Press square.
Square is my map. I'm focused on you, I think. Or wait.
Target your friend, then press square. Oh, back. Press down on the D-pad twice. So press it one more time.
I'm pressing. Nothing.
I mean, we figured this out.
We did. We did last time, I remember that.
And this time you could have just run off on your own. Now press square.
Uh-huh.
Not, that's what you pressed is square?
I was there to bring up this menu right now, yeah.
Back out of that. But keep me targeted.
Okay.
Now press square.
There we go.
It's still not letting you in. I don't know why.
Boo. That's all I have to say. Yeah. I know, the targeting's weird. My ass is gonna, like, actually study. Before the next time we do that. What is the...
There should be another option. That's so weird.
And what is it that it should be?
It should have, like, ride pillory or whatever.
Yeah, because I'm focused on you correctly. Carnivale.
And that's... What button are you pressing that opens that?
Square.
What if you just press X?
No. Oh. Nothing.
Are you able to target the ship, not me?
Let's see.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Hold on. I might know why, actually. Try again.
Oh, okay.
Haha.
What was the problem?
So, you're on Siren, right?
Yeah.
And I'm on Ferry.
Oh.
When we made the party, I was on Ferry and you were on Siren. So it put us in what is called a cross-world party. It lets you do stuff as a party, but you're not in the same world or whatever.
Gotcha.
When I came over to you, it didn't change us away from that. I don't know why that matters, but such is life.
Such is life.
Now, where do you need to go?
Good fucking
Camp
question.
Drybone?
We are going to Eastern Thenelin.
Alrighty.
And it's right by the big, ether tune thing there.
Yeah, it plays the FF15 music, which is kind of cool.
That is cool, yeah.
Alrighty, so the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna boot you off so you can get this ether, right?
Okay. Hey, Noct, we should have some ramen, huh?
Yeah, man. But it's such a hunt for all these ingredients.
I'm
We
glad
could have
you
cup
always-
noodle instead.
FF15's got some goofy stuff going on, but I do like it overall.
I was gonna say, I have overall happy memories of it.
And Ray Chase kills it.
I was wondering if you were gonna do it from the seat, but I just like that I'm like driving Miss Daisy and you.
Well, it's like because it brings up your seat options 1, 3, 4.
I know,
And
that doesn't
one-
mean anything.
One, my brain makes me think, knock you out of the driver's seat.
Oh, I like that though. I'm in control.
Yo, where my lift taking me?
So I just torpedo you in the water. People
they're-
sleep on harmonica. It's a cool
I was
instrument.
about to say they're going ham on that harmonica.
Here you go.
Thank you. Okay.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah. And that quest is right there. Oi. I'm Isambard. Okay. Complete.
Yeah.
Camp Drybones seeking help to solve the mystery of the missing persons.
We're not gonna get to Ifrit tonight. The
Okay.
more I'm thinking about it.
Gotcha.
I mean, you're welcome to keep streaming without me, but
Nah, yeah.
I will not be awake.
I gotcha. Well, let's see. How long do you think this quest is?
This one, I mean, we could do this one. It's just, I think there's like 3 or 4 before.
Yeah, I figured. I was like, let's do this.
We could do this one and knock it out. Yeah.
I was like, let's do this if you're willing. But yeah.
Yeah.
Quest accepted. Ooh, this person, bunny, tall. I feel like the meme of the guy looking up at the really tall announcer lady.
Oh, mama. Got me feeling a certain way.
I like that you just sounded like Johnny Bravo for a second.
Oh, mama.
Oh. Okay, wait, where do we go? Alright, orange. Right. It's been a while since I had that, but it's the general orange that you were telling me about, where it's like, that's where whatever you need to look for is going to be in there.
Mm-hmm. I think in this case, you have to leave the city.
To be fair, I was trying to, and I was like,
Oh, no.
it's out of the way.
Sorry. I was thinking about it because I had trouble with this when I was a baby.
Okay, yeah.
This area is odd to get out of. You have to like go all the way up like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes like, sense. Again, like enough Genshin where it's like you see something on a map and it's like it's
That's
a straight
true.
way, and it's like no, it's not. At least kind of prepared for that sort of thing. Ooh, these corpses are ripe.
Ripe.
Ooh, those are cooler monster dudes.
Oh, those are the Amalja. Those are one of the beast tribes. Those are the ones that are trying to bring it free.
They look like they would.
Mm-hmm. Dang, you dunked though.
Ooh, holy shit, that full thrust is cool as hell looking.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, I get to do cool lance moves now too.
You're getting zappy. A certified high.
Alright. Deliver the corpses, and I'm gonna guess they'll be like, "Oi, crying shame, here's your reward, eh?" And they'll
Something like that.
Quest complete. Here's the corpse parts. Yeah, there were Amalja. Oh god, I'm so bad at
Amalja.
Amalja.
Military.
Bam.
Look at you go. We could keep cooking for a few. If you're trying to keep cooking, I'm down.
You know what? Why not? Why not just knock out one more? Because I'm sure if it's a similar length to that, why the hell not?
That's kind of where my thinking is out.
Yeah. There's a merchant by the name of Ungust. He was born in Drybones and grew up in the Golden Bazaar.
Ungust McBungust.
Wager he's at the inn quaffling. Which one's the inn? Is it in here? No. Oh, God, I think it might be up and around again. That's so, like, slightly off on the map.
No. Because it usually has an arrow if it's a different height. Do you just go straight ahead, or it could be in that building?
Oh, yeah. There we go. I think that is the case. Just looked slightly off the way things
Yeah. So the trick is, typically the markers will have like a little arrow, like a height arrow.
Gotcha. Oh, he's
It's that guy.
Oh, that Roy Adventures brought me back in Uldor. Before you knock my lights out, look at this letter.
Pompadour returns. Pompadour will return in Avengers Endgame.
Alright, now to talk with the common folk. And
Now Tatari.
ask them what's happening. Hello, hungry beggar. Please, sir, just leave me be. No, what? Oh, okay. Devious derelict. I have nothing to say but this. Thou take heed or whatever's been feeding off us lovely folk. Okay, so something's happening to the poor people.
Yeah.
Like this petrified pauper.
The economy.
They're all scared as shit. You know, Ungust? What's up with that?
Amongst.
Bungust.
Good night, Kiwi.
Good night, Kiwi! Alright, Isambard. People are scared. And that's it. Common folk are nothing if not fervent in their religious beliefs. Okay, let's see. Hat, no. Brass circlet, no. Bronze piece it is. Woohoo!
These really are just a bunch of fetch quests.
They are.
But I think this is a good
I
spot
was about to say I'm gonna call it here. My
Alrighty.
ass is eepy as well.
Well, thank you all for watching.
Yeah, thank you for the help with the dungeons and everything. It was nice to run with multiple pals and not just you.
We had a whole crew.
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
Yippee. Yeah, let's see. Is anyone on to raid? Let me reload this shit real quick.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, thank you. I am glad to have more friends, a kite, tuning in. It is a real pleasure. I have gotten so many great friends over the years thanks to Kite. I'm always happy to make new ones thanks to him. He is a good guy. Good guy. I don't know why I'm talking like that.
Don't know why you are either, my friend.
Multitap is on. Let us raid them because our good friend Addy is a mod for them.
I like multi-type.
Yeah, me too. Okay, raid channel. Multitap. Okay, but yeah, thank you all so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll be back same time next week, Kite, I guess. Same old time, same old.
Sure will.
streaming, and God.
It'll be a busy week for us.
I was gonna say no scuff though. I'm gonna remember.
No.
Remember that'll work. All right, thank you all. Catch you later.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Okie dokie.
Finally, I can stop watching your stream so there's not just this crazy echo.
Can stop hearing yourself.
Yes, my punishment has ended. I thought that went pretty well. We had a nice rotation. It was good seeing Kara in there.
It was all things considered, given that.
I mean, it was a weird start, but that gave my friends time to hop online. So
Yeah. No, that was good. Thank you as always for your help. I appreciate it.
yeah, man. Thank you for including me. I'm gonna go to sleep though.
No, that's fair. I was like, I'm starting to feel. Oh, I just went to the pause menu for or the main menu again, I guess, for PS5, and yeah, the Endwalker Fall Guys returns. I think.
There you go.
It's silly.
Goofy ass. All right, dog. You have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Bye bye.